Hey everybody, Riot Mort here, back with our second to last PBE Talk to Myself video for Horizonbound. And we are playing with one of the new little legends, the Dog Puppo, the big Dog Puppo. And looks like we got a Hall of 9 game going here, if we can get Hall of 9. There's one Yuumi Zoom Zone player, so hopefully we don't get Yuumi Zoom Zone here. I'm a big fan of Hall of the 9. It's definitely one of the more for fun portals, but you know, sure enough, that's what we get. And yeah, let's see how this game goes today. So yeah, you can check out this little Legends emotes. He's got this one that I really like, where he's like a dog show and then he cuts him with the blade on his head. Great, I love it. Good stuff. So if you want to see those emotes, there you go. Doing good stuff here. And we'll see what direction we're going to end up going today. Although I'm sure the thumbnail has already spoiled it. Ooh, look at all those doggos. We got a Warwick. We got a Nefiri. We got our little legend. It's a doggo game. 2 Samiras in shop. Cool. So we have possible Noxus start, possible Challenger start, possible Shurima start. By the way, this is one of the things we've been talking about when we develop sets, is that it's really nice to have connective traits in the 1 and 2 cost space, as it kind of gives newer players a nice direction. So, pretty cool. We've got a Sterix gauge if we want it. That item looking a little strong. A second Warwick here. What are you going to do, Mort? Okay, you going to lean towards that Shurima start? Excuse me. If we want the Warwick, we're going to have to sell something. Like I said, could go Challenger or Shurima. If we hit a Warwick 2 and Samira 2, Challenger could be really good. Let's see what we get here. Alright. No gold. So going to sell the Swain. Hope I don't regret that. Oh, look. Noxus Crest. I regret selling the Swain. Oh, well. What doesn't kill you got a buff. That is a fun augment now. I actually think that augment's really good now. Tons of stats. Contagion. The boss. Alright, let's go with a Noxus Crest here. Ooh, we got the Samira also, so that's a good hit. Hall of the 9's also going to give us an artifact. So that should be good. Alright. Gonna level up, put in our Warwick. Possibly our Nefiri here, actually. It's probably better. Come on, more. There you go. Figured it out. Nefiri better. 4 Noxus. And, ooh, we can get a Mogul's Mail here. Put that on our Swain. Get some tankiness. Maybe get some extra gold. Eternal Winter could have also been a good choice. But that's Bedge. Do we really want to do that? So, unfortunately, our opponent's board looking a little weak here. So I don't think we're going to get our Mogul's Mail proc. But it should be a nice win here, which is good. Gives us a Noxus stack if we're going to be playing Noxus. I really like the new structure of Noxus, by the way. The 3, 5, 7, 9. And the fact that they have a 4-cost carry now means you can still play things like reroll Darius and Katarina. But you can also play 7 and go and get the Scion and the Mordekaiser and play around that. Ooh, 2 Samiras. Okay. You can even just play 5 and then take out like the Cassiopeia and the Samira and put in stronger units like extra rogues or juggernauts. So I think Noxus is actually one of my the biggest benefiters of the structure change, because you can play around it in so many different ways now. So something to keep an eye out if you're considering playing that comp. Alright, so we have Samira here. We've also got these Warwicks. I don't know, holding these Warwicks might be a bait, but this is one of those different... Ooh, and there's also a Ravenous Hunter player, so we definitely probably are not going to want to hold these unless we want to spite him. This is one of those difference between me and Kent kind of plays, by the way, too. Kent easily sells the Warwicks and the Samiras here. Hits 10. You know, it's an easy 10 gold here, so you can start econing. But I don't know, there's something about having 5 Samiras at 2-2 that leads to some potential high rolls. So we'll see here. We get another Noxus stack, that feels good. We're at 10 gold. No worries here. If we could find a Darius or a Katarina, leveling to 5 would be really good. Without that, though, it's a little tricky. There's not really much benefit to leveling here. We saw somebody got a Nefiri 2 on the side, so that's always scary. But yeah, especially because I think the jump from 3 to 5 Noxus especially is very large. It goes from that 160 base to 320 base. That's a big jump. So 5 Noxus, especially if you can get early. Okay, that's another Ravenous Hunter player. But they also hit the Nefiri. So this is the Nefiri 2. This is going to be a really close fight. Now, the nice thing is when Nefiri dies, they pass the Darken, so you can see Swain throwing the dogs there. Yeah, so Swain's getting a little extra damage from Nefiri's Darken. That's why I always think Nefiri early is quite good. So, sure enough, looks like we're going to be able to win this fight. Yeah, throw the dogs. Woohoo! Nice. Alright, being able to win here, pretty big. We're not pre-leveling just in case we want to find more Samiras. Having those lower odds of 1 cost is actually pretty good here. Now, you could argue finding the Darius and Katarina could be better, but, you know, I like to play greedy. There's a Samira with a sword. That could be okay. We normally want a 3-cost glove here for Infinity Edge. Could be good. Something extra for the front line for Swain could also be good. So, like, a Warmogs could be pretty solid. Right now, it's looking like... Okay, we could take in the glove or the sword, but we'll go with the Samira. That'll give us 6 Samiras. Am I being baited by Samira? Maybe. But I don't know. I still think Samira is really powerful. Alright, so we're going to level to try to keep win streak here. 1 roll to see if we can get a stronger board. Again, finding a Darius or a Katarina would have been really nice, but... Now, was this roll a mistake? Only because we didn't hit. If we'd hit something to strengthen our board, like the Nefiri 2, it would have been a really good hit. Or a Darius or Katarina. But instead, we're not going to be able to hit 20 here, but that's okay. Hopefully the Streak Gold combined with the Mogul's Mail. If we proc the Mogul's Mail, we could sell everything for 20. But then we'd be selling a Nefiri pair, which I think makes us a bit weaker. Because Noxus Nefiri's got some good power behind it. Especially because we have 2 Shurima in, which is allowing it to ascend. You can see the Ascension there. The healing regen does matter. We get our Mogul's Mail proc, 13. Yeah, without selling the Nefiri pair, we can't hit 20, so it's worth it to hold the pair. I feel like these Warwicks, though, have been baiting me for a long time. So... Alright, at this point, we got to keep an eye on the other Wind Streaker. There are 2 Wind Streakers in the lobby. Again, if we could just find something to strengthen up, that'd be good. We do not. Sag. Okay, so if Mogul's Mail procs and we win, we could hit 30 here. This set with Even Shroud is looking scary, but one of the things we're benefiting from is this is before any Jhin buffs, and I think Jhin is actually pretty weak right now. So... hopefully the 2 Samiras can just rip through. I don't know. I still think Samira is like one of, if not the best 2-1 opener you can get. Okay, we don't face the strongest person. We face the sets with the Trickster's Glass. But with that Sunfire, it's going to make our Swain heal less. So our Swain might not get the Mogul's Mail proc. Ooh, barely heals through it. Wow. Okay, we got kind of lucky there. We get our 2 gold. We definitely get our fight win. Alright, so full streak. Feels good. I don't know. You could sell everything except for the Nefiri pair and hit 30 more. Come on. Do it. Do it. Yeah, there you go. 30 gold. Alright, full win streak. Level 5, 30 gold is a good spot to be in. The Mogul's Mail gold paying off in spades. Great item. Okay. So now the big thing is we need to find Swain 2. Nefiri pair would be good. Darius Katarina would be good. All of those things. And it's also going to depend on what we get from Hall of the Nine, right? Because Hall of the Nine can really change things. So, we'll see what we get. Alright, looking at our drops. That could be a Last Whisper, Infinity Edge. Ooh, Katarina. That's nice. Okay, that's not great item-wise, but at least we got the Katarina, so can't complain about that. Oh, 7th Samira, and a Darius, and we got a set 2. The set 2 is not particularly helpful. So there's our 5 Noxus, and again, I feel like 5 Noxus is such a big spike. So pretty happy with that. Now we have 7 Samiras, though. And again, this is where you have that hard decision. Do you go for the Samira 3? We press roll once, get Nefiri 2. That's a big upgrade. I feel like at least till we get the Cassiopeia 2, it might be worth it to re-roll here. But again, the longer we re-roll, the less likely we are to keep our streak. So, something we have to consider. It's a pretty tough decision here. Thankfully, again, Noxus stacking with the Shurima buff on Nefiri actually makes Nefiri pretty scary here. You look at that health regen, that big health total. Nefiri doing some good work there. Yes, I know most of the damage is Samira, but again, Nefiri is providing that darken buff. If he dies, ton of health there. So, dance, doggo, dance. How come Samira and Cassiopeia aren't dancing? Come on, you two. Oh, okay. So, Challenger Heart and Late Game Specialist could be good here, but Misconnections also kind of guarantees us another Samira. Now, if I were smart here, what I would have done is roll for a Samira first and then open. Small might optimization hopefully doesn't punish us. Trying to roll a bit here. Come on, give me... There it is. Nice. Okay, so the fact we didn't have to roll that long, we can already level up here, is pretty good. Now it feels like the next thing we need is a Samira. Or not Samira, a Swain. Swain 2 would be a big upgrade here. But the fact that, again, level 6, 50 gold at 3-2 means we got Samira 3 without really missing a beat. So, pretty good here. Thankfully, our opponent looks pretty weak. That's a lot of items on their bench. And now Samira 3 with 5 Noxus, 2 Challenger should kind of just be cranking out the damage here. Yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. So yeah, level 6, 50 gold, 3-2. Seems good. Soraka for Emilio here for a small improvement. Could also play around the Juggernauts just to give extra frontline, because we kind of have enough damage. So playing this here for some extra CC doesn't seem like a bad decision. And now we got to work on leveling up here. And we have to decide if we want to play 7 Noxus or reroll Darius Katarina. And the fact that we already have the items on Samira makes me think we're probably going to 8 and playing 7 Noxus here. This feels like a 7 Noxus game. Oh, that is a Neela 2. Or excuse me, Nico 2. Words are hard. Nico 2 here. But the thing to note, by the way, is that Nico is not really a tank. She's more of a damage dealer. So you want to put items on her that are kind of like hybrid. Like Crown Guard's really good. Ionic Spark's really good. So, but she's meant to be more of a damage dealer than a tank. So you don't really want to put tank items on her. She's one of our frontline AP kind of carries. So, Morello's pretty decent on her. Okay. Item-wise, a sword would be good. There are 2 swords here, so if we can get an Infinity Edge for our Samira, should be pumping out the damage even more. Ever since Shred and Sunder got nerfed, by the way, they're still good, but they're not as necessary, which is kind of nice. Okay, well, we're going to have to take a belt. Okay, now the positive thing here is with the belt, remember I was just talking about Shred and Sunder, because Zephyr's gone, we can build an Even Shroud here. An Even Shroud is going to give us, you have the Swain a little armor and MR at the start of combat, but more importantly, give us that Sunder. And so Samira should be able to crank out even more damage. We're going to level up to keep streak here. If we can find a Mordekaiser, that's going to give us 7 Noxus, which would be huge. But if we really want to keep our streak, trying to get as strong as possible, Swain 2 feels like it'd be a big necessary upgrade. We don't hit it, though. Okay, here we go. Battle for the win streak. Looking at the items, though, I feel pretty good. They're kind of spread out. They haven't hit their Xayah yet. Aphelios 1 without a Ginsu's. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about this fight, as long as Swain stays alive. Swain procs Mogul's Mail at least, which is good. Yeah, it looks like we're solid. Okay, cool. So because we preserved the streak, life is good. We don't need to roll anymore. We should be able to get to at least 4-1. But again, the Swain 2 feels like the thing that's going to make or break us here. Oh. Ask and ye shall receive. Cool. We do this so that we can sell the Nautilus if necessary. Although I probably should have waited because we could have got a Mogul's Mail proc plus win. That would have been 3 gold. So I didn't have to sell it there. But we already have the Noxus. So, but again, the Noxus is temporary anyway. What we're really looking for is Mordekaiser so that we can have 7 Noxus. Up against a Piltover player, Cho'Gath 2. Nothing too scary here. That Kiana doesn't look that scary. Big doggo, 10 wins, let's go. Alright, Mogul's Mail didn't proc, so selling the, oh, Mordekaiser, we did it! Alright, that's 7 Noxus. Ooh, look at those health totals. Alright, now for some reason I'm positioning as if I have, social distancing. Don't ask me why. I couldn't tell you. But 7 Noxus, and we have full stacks, by the way. So that's 700 health with an extra 35%, which is an extra, or excuse me, 500 health with an extra 35%. So that's another about 160 or so. So 660 health, 66. It seems good. Seems good. We do get an Infinity Edge for our Samira, so we can pump that up. There's a Belveth if we ever wanted to go Noxus Belveth, which could work. And now is where you'd have to make a decision, right? Now you can either sit here and roll for the Darius and the Katarina, or we can level up and play around the Mordekaiser and get some more legendary units. And I think just because it's PBE and we've played enough Darius and Katarina reroll over time, let's try to level up. Let's try to level up and play around this Mordekaiser a bit. See what we can do. Alright, and yeah, these fights are not looking close here. Samira with these items and 7 Noxus is very, very strong. And again, I love all the new ways you can play Noxus, and I think Noxus, like if you have a new friend you're trying to teach TFT, I feel like Noxus is the trait to teach them. It's like, buy all the red units, put good items on them, win streak, you should be solid. Alright, Infusion, Bulk, Scoped. None of these too bad. Scoped Mordekaiser is great. Total Domination, though, and we're already stacked. Why not? And 2 more Swains, if we ever want that. But that is going to give us our 10% execution now. It did get nerfed from live. It is a weaker augment, but it's still a 10% execution, which is not bad. Especially because it's for the whole team now, because I'm basically playing everything but I'm playing all Noxus. So, can't complain about that. Holding on to this Belveth. Again, if we can get something like Belveth. At this point, though, best case scenario is we level up, we find an Aatrox that would give us 2 Darkin and Juggernaut and Slayer. So that's best case scenario. And you can kind of see this is just like a really good comp with a Noxus emblem. Then ideally we could even remake Nefiri, put the Noxus emblem on the Aatrox, and end up very powerful. So cool. Now the one thing we do have to be worried about is that this is right around the time Samira can start to fall off, especially with only 2 items. So if some 4-cost carry comes really strong, something like a Fiora, we could be in a lot of trouble. So we do need to strengthen up something like this Mordekaiser pretty quick. That's the thing that worries me from this position. Alright, the first place person has just leveled to 8, so that's a little scary, but thankfully they're not in our pool. Oh, this person just hit a Shen 2. Thankfully we don't fight them. Alright, up against a Bilgewater comp, but almost everything's 1 star on the enemy side, so I'm not that worried. Samira should just melt everything. Yep. Yep. Get those executes. Nice. 13 game win streak. By the way, apologies if these all seem like win streak games. It's not my fault half the people in the lobby are trying to greed D9 to abuse rise bugs. That's not my fault. My job is to punish them and test out these builds. And so far what I'll say from testing is Noxus feels really good. Now, again, yes, we high rolled a Samira a little bit, but that's because we played to our outs. We play what we hit, you know? It's not my fault I hit it. Alright, items for Mordekaiser here. We've already got enough AP from Noxus, so honestly, anything that helps him stay alive is pretty good. Gunblade could be good. Jeweled Gauntlet could be good. Even Crown Guard, actually, because we have so much health. Alright, so we're going to go Crown Guard. So the nice thing about Crown Guard is it's going to give him a shield at the start of combat based off his health. So that's going to allow Mordekaiser to be just a little more survivable before his first cast. And then when it procs, he gets another 40 AP, so he'll be able to dish out some damage. Don't really need a Jarvan. Alright, so we're rolling for some strength here. Again, Aatrox is our best bet, but don't want to go too deep. Mordekaiser 2 would also be nice, but we're not really hitting anything. We're going to throw in a Silco for 2 Sorcerer and a little extra healing, but overall that was kind of a miss of a roll down. And now it seems like the odds of hitting like Swain 3 are pretty low. Ooh, that is a scary Belveth on the other side. Really good items on that Belveth. Pretty nervous if we don't kill that Belveth quick. Okay, we at least got it this time. Might be a little scary for later, but Mordekaiser 2, we need some items for that. 2 people already dead. Ahri is better than Silco. You can't debate that. That could allow us to hit 50 gold from here. But again, I'm still a little worried because this is, again, where Samira can start to really fall off. Swain also is, you know, not going to be that much tankier from this point on, so we'll have to see. Hopefully we can get our full win streak, though. Up against what looks like to be an Ionia board, but still playing around Jhin. They haven't hit their Xayah. They haven't hit their Karma 3. I think we'll be okay here. Shen is very tanky. But we pull through, get those executes. Yep, there we go. We're on the Jhin. Jhin dies very quickly. Alright, full win streak, 15. If I lose from here, it's my fault. Nobody should... I mean, well, look at the health totals. I'm at least top 4ing. Very top-heavy lobby. Alright, so again, now we have the question of do we level to 9 or do we keep rolling? And I feel like from here we should be leveling to 9. Find Scion. Find Aatrox. Because if we Scion for Katarina, Aatrox goes in and then just play this board. We could also put in Ahri, or excuse me, not Ahri, but Ryze. Ryze is another option here. So we'll have to see what we hit here, but I do think going to 9 is the play here. There's nothing to roll for other than this Mordekaiser. We've got plenty of gold. And whoa, Hall of the 9 kicks in and we have even more gold. So it is definitely go to 9 here. Unbelievably go to 9 here. We have a Jeweled Gauntlet for Mordekaiser. That's pretty solid. Best third item for him would probably be something like Hodge at this point. But for now, we can put a Protector's Vow. If you think about that, that's just going to be Scion items later, so... Now, if I were playing for a Mr. 100 here, I should probably just level and roll down. But instead, we're guaranteeing the first place, I think, by greeting, holding all our gold. That Hall of the Nine boost, though, especially if everyone else uses it, there is, again, a risk we could lose a fight here. So I want to be very careful. The other thing worth talking about here is, like, if we can remake Nefiri later. If we remake Nefiri, that will be a chance for us to move the Noxus emblem and get it over, so... Alright, so we leveled up. We find a Rise. That's good. That's 2 Invoker. Which Rise is it? It is Demacia Rise. Ooh, this is a good one, because it's going to buy us time in these fights. I like this. So again, now it's a question of how much do we roll down. Aatrox would be a big hit. Heimer doesn't seem worth spending the gold on. We've already got the Shred we need. Or excuse me, the Sunder. I almost wonder if we should move the Noxus emblem over to Rise for those big Demacia shields. Uh-oh, Cassante, though. We love Cassante. There goes my Swain. Hooray! Thankfully, it's still a Belveth 1, and we're going to be okay. Nice. Okay, cool. Level 9, 20 gold, 17-round win streak. Okay. Ooh, another Rise, another Mordekaiser. That's good. Okay. That's a lot of Rises. Without the bug. Another Nefiri. Still need that Aatrox, though. The fact we're not hitting this Aatrox... Okay, there we hit our Nefiri, so we could remake this now and move that Noxus emblem. I think we were trying to save the Noxus emblem for Aatrox, but at this point, Rise might be just as good. So we're going to wait a turn at least, because again, maybe we can find that Aatrox. Alright, now... No, they're still playing around Jhin. They never hit their Xayah 2. The Karma 3 is a little scary, but only a little. I feel like Jin's just not going to cut it here. Especially with those Demacia shields keeping us alive. Karma's doing some work, though. There's another Demacia shield, though. And here come the executes. Nice. Alright, Mordekaiser 1, by the way, just does not do a lot of damage. We really need that Mordekaiser 2. Item-wise at this point, anything that can make our Rise bigger seems pretty solid. An item for Mordekaiser as well. Edge of Night is actually pretty good, because if Mordekaiser takes aggro, he can drop that aggro. And then maybe heal back up with Slayer once we get the Aatrox in. So there's Mord 2. And a Rise. Again, really trying to see if we can find this Aatrox. Not having any luck. Alright, so now I think is when we're finally going to do the remake here. Put this on Rise. That's going to make this Rise very powerful and those shields even better with all that AP from Noxus. We also put Nefiri over by Mordekaiser so that if Nefiri dies, the Darkened buff moves over to Mordekaiser. Ooh, on the other side, though, look at this Belveth. This Belveth is scary. Scion and Cassante again. Alright, well, the Cassante kind of took our front line. There goes my Samira. Alright, no Mr. 100, unfortunately, it looks like. Kind of a bad fight for us here. Stupid Cassante. Can't! Alright, well, there's 3 players left, and we have to beat 6 Ionia, but now they have their Karma 3, their Xayah 2, and we have to beat that legendary board with the Belveth. Okay. And all we're really looking for is an Aatrox. Yeah, this is the board that's the scariest. They just hit their RE2, so... Alright, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Cool. Okay, Demacia shield procs. The Xayah is cranking out the damage. Thankfully, our front line's barely holding. It just died. Ooh, good Demacia shield. Whew. Not quite enough, though, so we lose this fight. Okay. Another Mordekaiser. Yeah, RE2, Belveth 2, a little scary. 6 Ionia board, kind of scary. And so again, Samira being our main carry. Plus, it also doesn't help, by the way, that Samira has been 2 items this whole time. Really would have been nice to have a 3rd item. Hopefully we can get something here. Something like a Hurricane. Hodge. Plus we're going to get another Hall of 9 proc here. Last Whisper. I feel like we don't need that. We already have the Even Shroud. We can go Nashers and put that on Rise. Yeah, Nashers on Rise to get him to cast more often. And then this can be Death Defiance on Samira. Seems pretty solid here, actually. It'll keep the Samira alive. Yeah, good choice. Okay, so now Samira, with all that damage she'll be doing... Oh, there's 2 Aatroxes, finally. Alright, so now we have 7 Noxus, 2 Darken, 2 Challenger, 2 Invoker, 2 Juggernaut, 2 Shurima, 2 Slayer. And 6 Rises. Seems good. So now the Darken buff gets 50% better, and we have the Omnivamp part as well as the Dog part, so that seems good. Oh, that Rise ult just blocked that entire Belveth, so that was nice. Alright, Rise did great work there. Alright, now that we hit these items and hit these shields, I think we're in a great spot. So, yeah, we didn't get our Mr. 100, but we pulled our board together, and now we have 7 Rises. Is there any way we can hit Rise 3? It sure would be nice. Okay, we hit our Scion. Scion's going to replace Katarina here. Right, Mort? Come on, Mort. There you go. There you go. That is a beefy Scion. 7 Noxus Scion. Decent items. Up against the Ionia now. And again, I feel like our items are in a good spot. Our comp's in a good spot. This Rise doing extra work just feels good. Hypothetically, if we hit Aatrox 2, we could move. But I feel like these giant Demacia shields are just worth it anyway, so... Yeah, look how often he's casting now with the Nashor's Tooth as well. Nice. I don't know. Feels good. Now we're just trying to find Aatrox 2, Rise 3... There's a Scion. Okay, there's the Aatrox too. That's good. Alright, so it's us versus the Ahri, Belveth, Gangplank, Heimer player. So 3 Ionia plus legendaries. The good news is, though, it looks like they took out the Cassante, and that was the thing that was actually messing us up the most. So... Alright, well, we finally stopped positioning like we have social distancing. Aatrox right in the back line. Ooh, Aatrox is doing some work. Here comes Mordekaiser. Ooh, Mordekaiser with those big swings. Nice. Alright, seems pretty good. We feel like we have double threat now. Looking at these items, probably something tanky. Alternatively, we could go Adaptive Helm on Rise to get that to cast even more. Put that for some more AP and some more mana regen on Rise. That seems pretty solid. Okay, well now we have 6 Mordekaisers. Alright, we're just rolling to be greedy at this point, it feels like. Because if we get one more Rise, then it might be worth rolling down, like, hard for. But again, they're full legendary here. They've got that Gangplank, that Heimer. So, we're at that weird endgame state where everyone's buying all the 5 costs, so... Alright, how's the fight go? I feel like we're just so far ahead. Demacia shields. That is a dead Belveth. Demacia shields again. Whew. Yep, fight was not close. I don't know, looking good here. Alright, I'm about to do something that normally you shouldn't do, but it's PBE and I'm gonna get a little cocky. We're winning fights by a lot here, so I'm gonna weaken myself to try to hit the Rise 3, because one more PBE round, maybe we get a duplicator. So we're gonna put in the weaker Mordekaiser and the weaker Scion. Again, you probably shouldn't do this, but this also gives us a good balance read on like how far ahead are we? Are we like barely winning because of Mordekaiser, or are we like dominating? So let's see what the answer is. And again, really what I should have done is just ended the game. If this were live, that'd be a little BM. Okay, big Demacia shield. Belveth's still alive on the other side. Belveth dead, gets executed. Alright, well it looks like we're still going to win regardless. Yep. But it actually worked out perfectly because now we know just how far ahead we are, and we didn't kill them by 1 unit. So that couldn't have been much better for our testing purposes anyway. Alright, we're hoping for a duplicator and a rise. Come on, duplicator and a rise, come on. We'll see. By the way, if you're watching this, it's probably Saturday. I might be streaming, probably checking out, doing lots of weird things, trying to test everything before our final branch cut. So after this, maybe go tune in, maybe go say hi and do whatever and talk about the set. I love talking TFT. All right, we got 30 gold to work. Oh, we got a lot of gold to work with. Roll, Mort, roll. Hotkey. If you miss anything, we're gonna make fun of you. Chat will make fun of you if you miss anything. Don't miss anything. What do you don't? Oh, okay. 8 Mordekaisers. Better not miss anything. Scion. Okay. It's not looking good. No, are you kidding me? 8 Mordekaisers, 7 rises, really? Well, I mean, it's still a tuber. We still basically only lost 2 fights all game. Had a cool Noxus with Rise, Demacia. Still a cool game, but... Alright, see, I can't high roll everything, I guess. Ooh, those shields. Just so much to get through. Alright, that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you at stream and see you tomorrow. Take it easy.